What is going on, guys? Back with another video. The market is looking a lot better. We're starting to see a lot of the high caps start to move, and we are very, very close to seeing some of the best narratives really go on parabolic rallies, right? And one of the main narratives, one of the narratives which is going to perform the best is none other than AI. This is a narrative which has real use case in the real world, many different narratives, and you have to adapt and you have to see an opportunity in these narratives. We've seen the big caps, the likes of Tau, is now over 4 billion. You've got the likes of ASA, you've got Near, all performing pretty well, even Render up over 40%. And what is going to happen is, of course, this money flow is going to trickle down into the mid caps and then into the low caps and then into the micro caps. And you can imagine that the smaller cap projects are going to have a lot of parabolic growth in them because a lot of them have come down massively. And the reverse is also true. We're going to see massive moves in some of these coins, guys. So I would say the number one AI project, which is undervalued, and it is only a matter of time before this goes absolutely parabolic, is OORT. All right. And the reason that I keep on bringing this to you guys, because you should be buying this when it's cheap. You shouldn't be buying this once it's already done, 2, 3, 4, 5, even 10x, which is very possible in a very short space of time for a project like this. But the sad thing is, guys, is most people are only going to FOMO into this once they see it already do a 2, 3x. So you have to make the decision. Do you want to buy this when it's cheap, when it can give you some insane returns, or do you want to miss, the boat? Do you want to miss the opportunity of a lifetime? So as I've said, guys, OORT still very cheap, $20 million in market cap. You are extremely early into this project as well. They're also in the process of updating the FDV as well, which will be a lot smaller than the current figure on CoinGecko. And the truth is, guys, this is a real gem, right? And there's a lot of reasons I like this. One of the main things, it gives you exposure into different narratives. You've got, of course, artificial intelligence, you've got Depin, you've got AI agents, you've got storage, you've got layer one. So it gives you exposure to different narratives. So when you get AI rally, when you get a Depin rally, when you get a storage rally, because fair enough, people might think that storage is boring, but it is one of the most needed factors in terms of everything, right? Everything requires storage for data. It needs to be secure. And again, they have a very, very solid product in terms of their, storage section here. It's got AI integration with different apps. It's much more cost effective in comparison to a lot of the competition. And also the main thing is this is another way in which they generate revenue. So again, it tells you that it's sustainable, tells you that they can sustain this project going forward because they've got different sources of revenue, right? So you can see here again, guys, I've talked about this before. It's a lot more cost effective in comparison to the other players. And, you could argue that they offer a lot more in terms of, usability, in terms of integrations as well. So this isn't something to sleep on. You might think storage is boring, but, I really do think we're going to see a massive comeback and at some stage have a storage rally. And on top of that as well, as they've updated the website looks pretty good. You can see here, they've got the amount of adoption in terms of, the contributors from the data hub, also in terms of the nodes, continues to increase. They've got global coverage with the nodes. And the other thing to take into consideration is that, it gives people the opportunity to actually earn some income as well from becoming an edge node provider through their DMOS device. And again, another way for them to also generate revenue. So I think the second one, DMOS 2, is in still, I think this is the last day of the pre-sale period. And, this is another way which they're going to generate revenue. So you can see here, pre-sale price $430. And, you can imagine just how much they're going to generate from this product alone. So as I've said, a good way to, potentially run a node. Already there are, tens of thousands of these nodes already being run. And again, you can see here, support the decentralized AI data cloud and earn rewards as an edge node provider. So again, gives people that power to, potentially set one of these nodes up and earn on the go. Also, when it comes to, the data hub, is getting a lot of adoption as well, a lot of users on this as well. And the difference is with this actually is useful in terms of helping to, provide different data sets, data collection, also data labeling, which will be coming soon as well. And again, it is another way which a lot of the community do earn some income as well. And as you can see here, in terms of the contributors, 200,000 members across 136 countries. So again, it is pretty much global coverage, 90% daily engagement. And a lot of these contributors are qualified, have got expertise in AI, image processing, and data collection. And the other thing with OORT as well, guys, it has a big emphasis within Asia. You can see here, they've been listed on the Shenzhen Data Exchange as well, and they've got partnerships with huge companies and huge players within Asia, the Asian markets as well. So as I've said, guys, for me, this is what I look for. I want to see if a project is sustainable. Do they have various different revenue sources, revenue streams, which they do? Is the website good looking? Do they have good partnerships, which they do? On top of that as well, guys, obviously, in the past as well, they have had, partnerships and, with huge companies, the likes of, Dell. They've had Lenovo Image as well. So a lot of these different companies have actually used their products, and, going forward, they're going to get more and more partnerships. And, these are some huge companies, guys. Lenovo Image, Seagate, you probably have used some of these, products from these different companies. And of course, as well, as I've said before, when it comes to storage, they're also the storage provider for the BNB Greenfield. So, for me, this is ticking pretty much all the boxes. The only thing that they need to improve on is when it comes to the marketing, which I'm very confident will have some improvement, because at the end of the day, guys, they have the money behind them. They've got the revenue. Even this news as well in regards to their data sets rolling out on different platforms, different websites, and being one of the first Web3 platforms to actually have these data sets. And the other thing as well, guys, you can see here, some of their data sets are live on some big websites likes of Google Cloud, Databricks, Snowflake Marketplace, Data Trade, and they're also generating revenue from these data sets as well. You can see here, $2,000 to $10,000 per data set. Obviously, it's going to vary on terms of the size of the data set, but from these data sets alone, I think they're expected to bring in approximately $1 million in annual revenue. So as you can imagine, guys, just from the data sets, that is more than a lot of different projects actually make. And as I've said before, they have different revenue streams as well. So they are, I'm confident that they will push for marketing. They've been updating, constant updates in regards to the data sets, in regards to the data hub, in regards to just partnerships as well, partnering with different projects within the AI space as well. So yeah, guys, I don't really know what else to say. I understand that you might be frustrated with the price action, but as I've said, guys, this project is going to move very aggressively at some stage. So the best thing to do, guys, if you have conviction, at the end of the day, you have to have conviction. You have to have belief in a project you invest into. If you have conviction, guys, do not get sort of complacent. Do not be frustrated by the lack of price action, and don't FOMO into another project that has already pumped, because what will happen is, you'll see this start to move, and then out of nowhere, this will move aggressively, and then you'll FOMO in at, double, triple, quadruple the price. So don't do that. Have patience, DCA, and this is going to perform really well, guys, because as I've said, it ticks all the boxes. Solid product, solid use case. They've got the money behind them. All they need to do is push in terms of the marketing, right? And as I've said, guys, it is only a matter of time. So hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you did, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe, and let me know if you hold OORT, and let me know other undervalued AI project you're bullish on. I really want to know what other projects you hold, guys, and I'll see you soon for the next video.